The video will concern characters from all Dragon Ball series that have manipulate time, or have special abilities to do that. I will not talk about time travel using the time machine created by Bulma, because we know that it had nothing to do with real time travel. The time machine was creating new timelines, new parallel worlds. Making a trip to the past didn't have any effects in the present from where the traveler have came. The first person which I would like to talk about is Bardock, a low-class Saiyan warrior, the father of Goku. Instead of dying from Frieza's supernova, he was thrown into the past. It was in the movie Dragon Ball episode of Bardock. In my opinion, Bardock had a big influence changing the present course of events. In the past he turns into a Super Saiyan and defeats Frieza's ancestor Chilled. Before dying, he tells his men to warn his family against a mysterious being whose hair can turn blonde. He calls himself a Saiyan. So we can presume that Chilled death was the reason that Frieza has recruited the Saiyans to his army. I think that being aware of his ancestor warning, Frieza wanted to keep an eye on them because he was afraid that one day they might rebel against him. And that's why Bardock had a big impact on the present, creating a story about the legendary Super Saiyan. The second character, who had special ability manipulating time, is less known to us. His name is Guldo, member of the Ginyu Force. He is able to stop time for as long as he can hold his breath. And I think that it is a very powerful weapon. With this ability he could easily kill any opponent, using a ki blast or a laser attack stabbing his enemies. Using this power in the right way, Guldo would easily beat Gohan and Krillin on Namek. Apparently he was not aware of how strong he was. The next guy changing time undoing it, is the attendant of Universe 7's God of Destruction, Whis. Among many techniques, the most tremendous of them is temporal do-over. It means that he can travel back in time up to 3 minutes. Using the technique once, he cannot reuse it for some time. Whis often used this technique to undo damage caused by Beerus when he destroys something by mistake, or does something stupid. He also turned back time after Frieza destroyed the Earth, undoing the destruction, allowing Goku to kill Frieza with his Kamehameha wave. Whis later used the technique in the future Trunks saga, undoing Gowasu's assassination. It is not quite sure if every guardian of each universe can reverse time. I hope not. I think that each one of them has their own special ability. The third character which I would like to mention is the Supreme Kai of Universe 10, Gowasu. He may not completely violate the future, but he had a part in it, using the time ring to travel 1,000 years into the future to see if the barbarians from planet Babari have civilized through time. But even 1,000 years of evolution has not changed their nature. At a later time one of the barbarians appears behind Gowasu and Zamasu and attacks. Despite Gowasu's protest, Zamasu uses his energy blade to kill the barbarian. Back at the sacred world of the Kais, Gowasu reprimands Zamasu, telling this phrase, that life could potential someday have had an enormous effect on the history of planet Babari. Your act might mess up a lot. That was an interesting sentence. But I don't know whether that murder will ever have any influence on planet Babari before it not happened. After all, Zamasu didn't change the past, only the future. But if Gowasu says so we have to trust him. The last character, in my judgment, is the king of time manipulation. Hit. I will not talk about who he is, every Dragon Ball fan knows him. I would like to mention something about Hit's time-changing abilities. First on the table is time skip. In the anime, during his battle with Goku, he manages to power up his time skip technique, first increasing it to 1/5 of a second, then to half a second. His time skip can be used infinitely as long as Hit's power is not drained. Then we have a technique called time freeze. Thanks to his improvement ability, Hit manages to progress, able to freeze enemies in time who are able to nullify his time skip. And the last time power is called time storage. In the anime, Hit can create a parallel world made up of the skip time that he stores upon using time skip over the entire course of his existence. However, someone with enough power can break the parallel world. When Hit tried to hide in his parallel world, Super Saiyan Blue Goku powered up breaking it, allowing him to attack Hit. Okay, these were 4 Dragon Ball characters who have violate the time dimension. That would be all. Thanks for watching and I will see you on the next video.